probably go ahead and get started. So we have Andrew on as usual. Andrew took a little spill on his bike over the weekend, but he's back with us. He spent a little time in the hospital, kind of getting fixed up. But hopefully you're feeling a little better there, Andrew, and on the road to recovery. Thanks for still coming on and giving us the mortgage update.
Oh man, hey, you know what? We're here to serve the realtors of and their clients, so nothing will hold us back.
So how we looking? And I don't know if you had a chance to really catch up over the weekend, but how are things looking in mortgage land?
I don't know if you like if number 6 is your number, then maybe you're happy. Because rates are going to go. We're probably going to see rates in the 6s before the 6th month of the year, and then I think they're going to drop. But we had a little bit of a fluctuation last week, a little drop towards the end of the week, but you know they're still high. I'm trying to run my little scenario at the moment, and we're going to see what we can get. I want to see what we're looking at here for a rate for my guy. Let me test this real quick. We're going to see this. I think one of the things that what we're talking about in the mortgage space right now is that, you know, ultimately we've got to just press on, be trying to keep our, you know, our spirits high, working to find that next client. You know, they're definitely, you know, less prospects out there that are buying. We know that there's also a smaller number of sellers, making it harder for you guys as realtors to find your buyer and seller clients as well. You know, we're here to help you through that time. We want to be, you know, an anchor for you guys as you guys work through this, because we're also feeling it. There's no question about it. Your business and our business work in tandem to a point. Refis are, you know, far and few right now because most of our clients and past clients have rates that are lower than 5 and 6%. So my guy, jumping back in my kind of Monday morning, sample client, 700 credit score, buying at San Diego County, average home price right around 800K with a, you know, 10-15% down payment. Their rate, 700 credit score, which is decent. That's good for today. They're still coming in today with a over 5% interest rate, 5.2, 5.2. I've got one product right here that's showing it's coming in at 6%. So I mean, like I said, 5s and 6s is where we're at today. So I think my point for you guys is keep your head up, keep hunting. Things will change. People bought houses for decades with interest rates in the you know, double digits. So it's definitely not ideal from compared to last year, but it's not the end of the world. And you know, if you have questions about keeping your business going, how we're connecting with our past clients, how we're trying to stay connected in general, and you want to talk to me or any of the team, a lot of it's stuff that Travis also shares with you. But happy to do that, because I think right now, one of the most important things we can do with rates where they're at, and with buyers and sellers, you know, in a limited group of people to talk to, we just need to keep our heads high and keep trying to find new clients and move from there. But yeah, we're in the 6s today. So hopefully by the end of the week, maybe we'll be back in the 5s. If you have any more questions or specific scenario, please reach out to me. I will be available. I am recovering, so I'm working from home, and happy to do anything I need to help you guys get some business done. Thanks.
All right, sounds good. It's not great news, but news is news. So I mean, that's where we are. So
exactly, that's where we are.
That's where we are. There's nothing we can do about it aside from you know, adjust a little bit, and that's kind of what prompted me to go over this topic today because there's, I've been out showing homes all week. I picked up a couple new clients, and what I saw this week, I saw a little uptick in the listings, which was nice for my clients. I don't know if you guys are seeing kind of the same thing in your areas, but we saw a little uptick. I was showing homes all weekend, and some of the open houses were a little slow. Some of them were busy. Could be price point, not sure, but definitely the talk with the other agents at the open houses was, hey, are you seeing a little bit of a slowdown? And while that can be true, I think it could be price point driven a little bit. It could be area driven. This was a little higher price point buyer. And so, I think that there's been a little hesitation from some buyers in the market. I showed a lot of homes that did not have any offers on them, and they were in their second week of listing. So with that said, and with a little uptick in the listings over the week, I think it's a good time. There's a multitude of events happening. We've got higher interest rates coming in, which is causing some buyers to hesitate to move forward in the market. It is causing some to jump off the fence though and get something now before the rates get even higher. So that could be canceling each other out a little bit, not sure, a little too early to tell. But it could also drive, the FOMO, the fear of missing out with some of the sellers that have been kind of holding out for what they think may be the top of the market. I don't think we're necessarily in that. We still have record low inventory pretty much in every market that we're in. So I don't see the prices declining, anytime soon or leveling off really until this inventory corrects itself, which seems to be a little ways down the road. But, now's a good time, as any time, to seek out listings. The old saying is you need listings to last. We all want to generate more listings. And so I just wanted to go over a few things that you can do that doesn't involve cold calling, doesn't involve door knocking. I know that's not for everybody. It is effective for some, it's just not effective for everybody. So with that said, I'm just going to go over a few things. I can tell you some ways that I get listings. My number one is sphere of influence. I think just anybody that has been in the business a while would agree that your sphere of influence is going to be your best source for leads, whether it's buyer or seller leads. So they generate great referrals. I mean, there's nothing better than getting a referral from a past client or a friend or family. That referral is going to be more inclined to work with you than just a cold lead. So it's a little less effort on your part because you're already coming with a recommendation, basically. So even if you don't have a huge sphere of influence, or maybe you haven't sold a lot of homes, or you haven't sold a lot of homes recently, your sphere of influence could be anybody within your network, really. If you work a day job, you have a sphere of influence there. Your friends and family are always your sphere of influence. Getting involved in any kind of community events or anything, that all builds your sphere of influence. So staying in front of them, letting them know that you are a real estate agent, obviously, is what you want to do. My biggest advice on doing this is to get them into your contact management system. I know we talk about having a CRM over and over and over again, but it really is the core of your business and what can build your business the fastest and most consistently. So getting your sphere of influence into your CRM is how you're going to nurture them, stay in front of them, and hopefully get referrals from them. So my best practices for using a CRM is to be as detailed as possible with my sphere of influence, as well as new incoming leads, but mainly sphere of influence. When I'm inputting into the CRM, it's not just a name and phone number or name and email. I want to input all the info that I have on this particular prospect, client, whatever they are. Full names. I like to add in names of spouses as well as phone numbers and emails. If it's a past client, I obviously add in their address, when they bought the home, whether it was through me or someone else. If I have their birthdays, I put the birthday in. How do I know them? What was the lead source? Is it a friend? Is it family? Is it someone in a community event or something that I meant? Where did I find this prospect or client? And obviously the home purchase anniversary date, I already said that. So, and then I use the automation within the CRM to keep in contact with them. So I make sure I do get them on some sort of email drip campaign, depending on where I got that, where I know this lead from. So I have them on different campaigns. I connect them, with monthly newsletters or some sort of monthly update. If it's a past client I've worked with, then I add them to the market report, which I have within our CRM, which is Sierra Interactive. That's a really nice report that goes out periodically, just keeps them updated on their home value. It's always a hot topic. Everybody always wants to know what that is. And it's not really an automated home value. It's set up as a comp for, that I set up. So they're getting an update of homes that have sold in their area that kind of, match the criteria of their home. So they can, see what is similar selling in their area. I get a lot of responses from that, actually. So that's probably one of my number one tools for getting people reaching out about home values and starting the conversation about potentially listing their home. If you've done a poor job, which most of us have, I'm totally guilty of it with not staying in contact with my sphere of influence over the years. It's easy to put them into your contact manager and kind of re-engage with them by offering market reports or sending them some sort of monthly update. Nothing that's too aggressive, but something a little more passive. Maybe it's a once a month touch, and then reminders of for me to reach out to them too live with either a text or a call or something like that, just to check in and see how things are going. This is just a little sample of, I found this online with a sample reach out text to re-engage with your sphere of influence after you get them into your CRM. So my suggestion would be to set a goal, whether it could be this week, get started immediately. Reach out to 25 people that are in your phone contacts. Get them into your sphere of influence, or get them into your CRM and start reconnecting with them and see where it goes. You'll be pretty surprised with how many of them either are thinking about buying or selling or both, or they know somebody that is. And just with you reaching out is going to kind of, spark their brain of, oh yeah, you are an agent. I kind of forgot, but now that we're talking, hey, I know this person, let me give you their phone number and, reconnect with them. Social media is also great to reconnect. Doesn't cost anything to reach out, friend request some of your past clients, things like that, and reconnect with them there. If they do accept your friend request, they're going to start seeing stuff that's in your feed. If you're doing any sort of postings about real estate or other things, then again, you're just kind of staying in front of them with a passive reminder that you're out there working. So What else do we have? Use your CRM task manager to routinely task yourself to generate manual CMAs. So past clients or maybe past leads that you've had, they're still in their home, you know, spend a little time giving them a CMA. It's pretty quick and easy. I use Cloud CMA personally to do that. They have a really nice digital link that after you create it, it'll just save in there, and you can just do updates, you know, on a periodic basis with your sphere of influence on what their home value is. Give them something that's not necessarily automated, but a manual one, and you can just go in, you know, every 6 months or maybe once a quarter or something like that, and give them an updated link of their home value through Cloud CMA. So they have the live link, and then they have a PDF report. So you can do one or both. You can mail it out. There's a number of ways you can deliver it, just based on, you know, your time and your budget for that. Sending them a link via email is free. So let your sphere of influence see that you're, you know, out there working. This is best for those who are consistently on social media throughout the day. Even if you don't have clients right now, there's always something to share within the community or industry news, you know, new listings, pictures or videos of weird inspection findings. I don't know. Those really spark interest with interest and conversation, I found, with your sphere of influence. If you're, you know, at a home inspection and just something's really strange or something, you know, popped up that you want to kind of educate them on, video of awesome views of properties you're out showing or previewing, you know, maybe just going and previewing some homes and kind of sharing that, letting people know what's out there. You know, that's a way, even if you don't have a client right now, that you can still go and preview homes and be in the market and see what homes are selling for and what they look like. Pictures or video of great remodels, new design trends, pictures or video of extremely outdated homes. We all come across them. We walk in the home. It's the 60s, 70s decor throughout there. They still have the original appliances in the home. I don't know why people love to see that kind of stuff, and it's always kind of interesting. Video tours of new home communities, you know, that's something that you can always do for free. Drive-through tours, walking tours, tours of neighborhoods. I mean, if you're trying to farm an area, this is great stuff to show that you're in the community, you know what you're talking about. It's easy to find information of you know, homes, price points, things like that through our MLS. So just even doing drive-through videos. I mean, if you go on YouTube and you search that, you're going to find that a lot of realtors do neighborhood drive-throughs. Some of them do walking tours, but they have a ton of views, and people love to watch that stuff. Especially if they're thinking about moving into a community, you know, driving through it, they can see what the streets look like, what the home designs are. So that is something that's really popular, and it doesn't cost any money. It just talks, you know, it's a few minutes of time on your part, and it generates interest. Weekly market updates via video is what I would recommend, not just posting a market update or a snapshot, but actually spending 30 seconds or a minute just giving a quick update of the market. You can use Altos reports. We can all have free accounts through there through some of our third-party services. Title and escrow provide free accounts for this. It's a really great tool to just get a snapshot that you can just do a video recording of. If you're not used to video yet, then, you know, the snapshot works, but, you know, the video of you talking about it is going to go better with the algorithm within Facebook and Instagram. That gets served up to the audience much more frequently, and you'll get better engagement with it. Sharing reviews and testimonials from past clients. If you don't have any past clients, or maybe it's been a while, character reviews from your friends and family. They're going to be your biggest cheerleaders most of the time. So you can ask them for a review, just stating, you know, what a great person you are, basically. That works just as well as getting a client review. So sharing those, I recommend putting that on Google. Zillow is also a big one. I prefer Google. I think it's more universal, and I don't have to worry about what Zillow does with reviews as they're kind of going into the brokerage route or whatever they have going on these days. I don't follow them a whole lot, but I put my stuff on Google. The next I want to talk about is leveraging buyers to create your own listing inventory. A lot of us, getting buyer leads these days is relatively easy. So if you're working with current buyers and you are having a hard time getting them into a home because it's been competitive, use that buyer to generate a listing that you can match them up to. So how do you do this? Circle prospecting is probably the number one way to do this. There's a ton, I'm not going to go into it a whole lot, but there's a lot of information on YouTube about circle prospecting, how to do it. But in a nutshell, circle prospecting is a lead generation marketing strategy that relies on the premise that homeowners who live nearby your recently listed or closed home will want to know about it. Think of it as building a mini farm area that has a direct interest in the transaction you just finished or their neighborhood. So if you don't have that transaction, use that buyer. The neighborhood they're looking in or the area they're looking in, what their price point is and the type of home they're looking for. This is all easily found. This criteria for the neighborhood you can get from any title person. They have Tycor has the Tycor farm tool. You can go and put in the parameters of the type of home they're looking for and pull up the homeowners in that neighborhood, and you can send out mailers. You can get contact information if you want to put them into like maybe a passive email drip or reach out through email. This was a non-cold calling webinar session, but you can give them a call if you're comfortable with that. So instead of leveraging past sales, you're leveraging your buyers to create the inventory for them, and then you're basically just matching up. If you do find that a homeowner would be interested in selling, well, you already have the buyer right there, and that could spark their interest because maybe they don't want a bunch of traffic through their home or go through the whole process of listing, and they just want to do maybe an off-market sale or something like that. It's a great way to match up your buyers. If it doesn't work out with that particular buyer, then you can talk to them about getting their home on the market and making it public. That's where the listing lead would come from. It's been around for decades. A lot of agents do a lot of business this way. They get really good at it. And it works really well when there's extremely low inventory like what we're experiencing now. So many agents I speak with that are listed properties with homeowners outside their SOI have stated that this is what they're doing to generate listings and match up their pool of buyers to the homes they want to buy. So a little bit of effort on your part, but it could really shave down the amount of time you're working with a buyer if you're actively reaching out to homeowners trying to match them up. So best practices, value propositions for creating your own inventory. Utilize your favorite title company, like I said, to help you generate homeowner lists and obtain contacts. Add them into your CRM for reach out campaigns, or upload these customer lists into Facebook for direct targeting. You can take those lists and add it into a Facebook ad as the custom audience. And now Facebook is going to do their part in finding these people on Facebook and serving up your ad to those specific homeowners. And you can have a very detailed message in your ad stating that you do have buyers in their neighborhood. You can mention their neighborhood by name, which is really going to resonate with them. Perform quick CMAs for their homes and send it out to them. Send it out to them by mail. You can do a drop off if that's something you can do. If you have email or phone contacts, send it digitally. Send interested buyer letters to the homes your buyer clients would most likely be interested in. This does help. You can do a handwritten letter, you can type it up and sign it. You know, this is a little time consuming, but if you have a very small pool of homes that your buyer would be interested in, then it's not going to take that much time. You can get the homeowner addresses from the title company. You can also pull it up in tax records. If you use Realist at all, it's really easy to find them in there, get the mailing, and send it out. And we have a couple samples of this in our back office. I have one in this presentation as well, of just an interested buyer letter that you send out as a mail piece. COVID is still a hot topic off and on, depending on, you know, what's going on in the news. So some homeowners are still a little apprehensive about having a caravan of people come through their home. You can ease that concern by matching up your highly qualified buyer to their home, making the home selling process as safe and stress-free as possible. This is something, you know, a topic you can touch on as well. You can ease concerns about finding a replacement property by ensuring the homeowner they won't be left without a home to live in, by making sure you have proper contingencies in place. So this would be part of your pitch to them, or even your listing presentation, to subdue those fears of them not being able to find a replacement property. For me, I always have investors on hand. There's tons of them out there. Everybody knows a cash investor somewhere, and you can use that to send a message out to these homeowners that you have a fast closing cash offer for their home. You can use that as an advertising piece. You can use that in the mailing. You can use it in multiple ways. But it's a message that resonates with a lot of homeowners, because they don't want to go through a lot of hassle sometimes. Maybe they don't want to make repairs to the home. Maybe it has a lot of issues. So getting a cash offer on their home is something that a lot of them are interested in. And basically that opens up the conversation. So if your investor makes the offer and it's not something that the homeowner is willing to take, then you can open up the conversation to getting it on the open market and seeing what the best offer would be. So that's a good way to, you know, turn that into a listing as well. So it's just about creating a conversation at that point. I did find a sample letter here. This will go out in the replay, but this is just a very simple letter to a homeowner saying that there's a highly qualified buyer you're working with, you're looking for that specific model of home or that specific neighborhood, and you'd love to put that deal together. So one of the real effective ways right now, if you have a little bit of an ad budget, and we have some agents doing this currently, and they are going on listing appointments, is utilizing Facebook marketing to target potential sellers. So it's a fairly easy concept. Once you get the ad dialed in and your audience dialed in, you will get listing leads from this. Facebook ads, they're a great way to get in front of the right people. There's a few targeting tricks that you can do. You can hire a marketer to do this for you. But I like to use either the lead ads or the messenger ads. There's lots of different ad options within Facebook. I think those are probably the two most effective. The messenger ads basically take your ad, and when the prospect or the consumer clicks on the ad, it takes them straight into Messenger, and you start a conversation through there. The lead ads, so that is them when they click on the ad, it takes them to a Facebook form, a couple simple questions, name, phone number, email, and when are you looking to sell your home, or maybe an additional question. I wouldn't add in a lot of questions on that. I would just add in a few, keep it simple so you can get their contact, and it doesn't take them away from Facebook, which, these are also very, very popular. So those are the two most popular ways I generate leads through Facebook. The bonus is to do the video ad. That's going to get served up a lot more as well. And you can direct them in the video, into a landing page or a form or something like that. So the lead ads, again, that populates the correct data into the form and it keeps them within the platform. The messenger ads allows communication to be in your inbox, and you can automate that conversation with a few simple bots that are in there. This is it sounds very technical, but really it's actually pretty simple to set up. Something we can go over separately, or again, there's a ton of YouTube videos on how to set that up. Once you do the first one, you'll realize that it's a pretty easy thing to do. The reason why I like the messenger ads a lot is because, again, it opens up the conversation within Messenger and it gets it going, and you have them in Messenger now in your Facebook Messenger essentially forever until they opt out of it, which a lot of them don't actually. So maybe the conversation dies off after, a couple days or something. You can always go back in there and try and re-engage them at a later time. Maybe it's a month later, maybe it's a couple months later. Spend an hour on a Monday or something kind of going through your old messengers and saying, oh yeah, this person was interested, I want to reach back out, and you can reach them again straight through Messenger. You already have that conversation going. So running home value campaigns, those are easy. They're not as cheap as they used to be, and you can't target as well as you used to, but they're still highly effective. You're going to have a minimum 15-mile radius from whatever area you're trying to farm the most in. They're great database builders of potential sellers, and you can build that database relatively quickly. You can get good results with just a couple $100 a month. And I would recommend, if you go that route, to just leave that running all the time. Typically, these types of potential sellers, they're a longer nurture. And this is why you really want to have that CRM set up and your campaign set up. Because when these home value leads come in, these people are just kind of thinking about selling. They're keeping up to date more often with their home value, and maybe they're waiting for some certain life events to happen, or maybe they're waiting for that right message to come across that now's the time to sell. Rates are the highest, inventory's creeping up, stuff like that, to get them off the fence. So they can be a longer nurture, but they do eventually end up listing, and you will get some that are ready to sell right now, and your Facebook ad just came across them at the right time. So timing comes into it as well. Another more direct approach is to have a value proposition in your ad that makes a prospect inquire directly about your offering. These are typically a little more costly per click within Facebook, but they generate a more serious prospect generally. So if you have a guaranteed sell, or maybe you're running that the cash buyer fast closing type message, discounted listing fees, anything like that, where you have a value proposition, it will cost more per lead, but the lead is going to be a higher quality lead in general because they're responding to the message you sent out. It's not just a kind of general get your home value, they're responding to the value proposition that you put out. So those leads are really good. Like I said, the volume will be less, but there'll be a higher quality lead. Contacting FSBOs. We have a couple agents doing this, and they're getting listings. And it's really, your approach with the FSBOs. Statistically, 80 to 90% for sale by owners end up listing with a realtor. Searching for these properties is not really difficult these days because the FSBOs know where to put them online. So there's a lot of FSBO websites out there. They put them on Zillow, for salebyowner.com, owners.com, FSBO.com. Believe it or not, Craigslist. We talked to an agent, I think 2 weeks ago, and she stated that she actually got a listing from Craigslist. The guy had put it on there for sale, and she inquired on it and ended up listing him. So it's still a thing out there, but if you're looking to, work with FSBOs, there's a lot of them out there, and you don't want to do the hard sell with those people. There's a lot of different angles. Email, snail mail, door knockers, all that stuff can work. Especially have a unique proposition for these types of sellers, special commission rates, 30-day listing contracts, because sometimes they're very non-committal. So maybe you want to propose, hey, let's try this for 30 days. If it doesn't work, you go your way, I'll go my way. But you always have a chance to renew for an extended period of time. Rebates if they buy a home with you. Just showing your knowledge and neighborhood expertise can also win over the seller if you're presenting that correctly. Another unique way to present or to approach these home sellers is to not ask for the listing, but to ask to represent them on the purchase of their replacement home. So you're kind of flipping the script on them a little bit. This is a service they're probably going to need anyways. So if you're not hounding them about listing their home, you can just ask them, hey, well, I see you're doing your thing over there, but can I represent you on your replacement home? Get them on, your e-alerts and things like that. It's a great way to build a relationship with them, and that could lead to the listing. Once they start getting comfortable with you about showing them replacement homes or talking about replacement homes, eventually they may come around and just say, hey, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and list mine, and let's get this party started, right? So it's a great tactic. It's also not used very often by other realtors because they're going in for the hard sell with the FSBO, and that doesn't always work very well. So this is just a different approach. Expired listings, also a thing. There's not as many as there used to be, but you'd be surprised of how many expired listings there are out there. Expireds, canceled, things like that. And I'm not necessarily talking about the ones that just expired today or yesterday. We're talking about ones that expired a while ago. There's going to be quite a few that expired or canceled or went off the market kind of around the beginning of the pandemic, because that's when a lot of homes came off the market and they just didn't come back on for whatever reason. So that's a good timeline to look at, the 2020, early 2021s for expired listings that did not relist. Reach out to them, especially if you have buyers that'd be interested in their home. That's a great topic to reach out to them and see if they want to give it another try. I mean, there's been a lot of equity gained during that time, and maybe now they're ready. Maybe this is the summer that they wanted to get their home back on the market. So focus on the ones that are, months old or even a year old. Go back in time, see if they relisted. If they didn't, for me, those are prime targets to reach out to again to try and get them to relist. Expired listings, so only the statistics on that, only 28% will relist with their current or their past agent. 35% will leave their home off the market for a month or more, and then relist again within 90 days. 37% will relist with a new agent within 30 days. Over 70% chance you can be the listing agent. Most that relist will do so within the first or second agent that contacts them. So with these older expireds, they've dropped off the radar of most of the agents out there. So, the chances of you actually being able to get in contact with them and have a conversation are pretty good if you can reach them. And again, you can get the contacts from title and reach out to them through there. Again, mailers, drop-bys, digital, all of those methods could work for, re-engaging those expired listings. Just make sure you have a plan. Have your script ready. We do have some scripts in the back office for expired listing conversations, so that you can be prepared for any challenges, objections, so that you can overcome those. Mailers and direct reach out can also be just as effective. Maybe you want to get them on your mailing list. If you're doing mailers consistently, put those old expireds into your rotation of your mailers so that they're constantly starting to see you as well. Always have fresh comparables available so that you can show them what their current market value is. Use data from sources like Altos Reports to show them the housing trend and why it's a good time to sell now. This is, we're getting into the home selling season right now. This is the prime month where, people are finishing up taxes. They're thinking about their summer move. Kids are gearing up for the end of school. And so people are really starting to think about, okay, we're getting the house ready. So this is really a prime time of year to be doing all or at least one of these ways to generate some listings. Have a plan ready to explain why you are different than their previous agent who didn't get the home sold, and how you'll be able to get it done this time around. So have your basically your listing presentation ready, to handle the objections and say why you're different. Maybe the previous agent didn't do professional pictures. Maybe the pricing was just way off. There's a number of things of why the home didn't sell, and you'll be able to tell that through the MLS when you're looking at it. So you want to be ready to handle those objections and say why you're going to do things different. Have your listing presentation ready and be prepared to touch on some of the home's pain points. So maybe there are some points of the home that made it difficult to sell. Maybe it's a lot placement or something like that. And maybe there are things that could be corrected potentially that the previous agent just didn't even bother to tell them about. So things that you want to do differently, professional property photos, drone footage, Matterport walkthroughs, people love those. Better property descriptions and info in the MLS. Online advertising, syndication, single property websites, all this stuff that you can do that really doesn't cost a lot of extra money. It's stuff you're probably already doing in your listing presentations anyways. These are good things to just have a list of so you can rifle them off if you need to. Where would you find the expired listings? Aside from MLS, obviously those post up all the time. You can dig around in there. But some popular services, RedX, Vulcan 7, Mojo, Cole Realty Resource is a good one, Land Voice. So these are all popular third-party services that have expired listings in there, and or you can get their contact information if you're not using the title resources out there. So these are great ways to also get new listings as well. So if there's no questions, that's kind of the end of my presentation. These are just they're not even really out of the box ways. They're just kind of reminders of ways that you can, for the next, couple months, kind of get into the groove, focus on one or two of these and start getting some conversations going about listings, because really the timing is really perfect right now with the rising rates, the time of year. It's kind of a perfect storm to go and get some listings, and it's going to be a little easier than maybe a couple months ago when you were trying, or even 6 months ago if you were trying. I think the conversation's a little bit different right now for talking to these home sellers. So again, no other questions, give me a call. If you have questions, we have a lot of resources in the online office. If you don't have access to that, let me know. But it's just riserealtyoffice.com. Go in there and you'll see there's some stuff in there for FSBOs, for expireds, scripts, all that kind of stuff. But obviously reach out to me if you want to get any of these going, if you want to connect with a marketer, any of that stuff. please give me a call, because I think right now is really a great time to step up the efforts for obtaining listings. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Hope everybody has a great week, and we will talk to you soon.